Welcome to Virtual Stoic. In today's video, we're diving into how to be silently attractive by mastering 12 socially attractive habits rooted in Stoic principles. These habits aren't about being loud or flashy. They're about subtle charm, quiet confidence, and grounded presence that naturally draws people toward you. If you're ready to level up your social game and cultivate an irresistible aura, stay tuned. And hey, if you find value in content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join the Virtual Stoic community. Let's get started. Being silently attractive involves cultivating qualities that draw others to you without loud or overt displays. It emphasizes subtle charm, confidence, and groundedness. Here are 12 socially attractive habits rooted in Stoic principles. Number 1. Practice calm composure, a Stoic perspective. Calm composure is a central theme in Stoicism, reflecting the philosophy's emphasis on rationality, self-control, and resilience. By cultivating a calm and steady demeanor, Stoics aim to approach life's challenges with clarity and tranquility, unshaken by external events or inner turmoil. At the heart of Stoic practice is the idea of focusing on what is within our control. According to Epictetus, this includes our thoughts, actions, and choices, while external events, outcomes, and other people's opinions lie beyond our influence. By directing our energy toward what we can govern, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry and frustration over what is outside our reach. This shift in focus enables a sense of liberation and peace. Challenges and obstacles are viewed by Stoics not as hindrances, but as opportunities to practice virtue. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that every difficulty presents a chance to demonstrate qualities such as patience, courage, or wisdom. This perspective allows us to reframe adversity as a tool for growth, transforming even the most trying circumstances into meaningful experiences. The Stoics understood that emotions arise from our judgments about events, rather than the events themselves. By analyzing these judgments and seeking rational clarity, we can regulate our emotional responses. Seneca often highlighted that emotions like anger or fear stem from exaggerated perceptions or imagined catastrophes that rarely align with reality. A calm mind emerges when we replace these distortions with rational and measured thoughts. A key Stoic exercise for cultivating calm is premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. By imagining potential setbacks or misfortunes, we prepare ourselves for their eventuality, reducing their emotional impact. This practice is not about fostering pessimism, but about equipping the mind to face difficulties with poise. When these challenges do arise, they feel less overwhelming because we have already rehearsed our response. Living in the present moment is another foundational aspect of Stoicism. By confining ourselves to the here and now, as Marcus Aurelius advises, we reduce anxiety about the future and regret over the past. A calm and composed mind remains anchored in the present, engaging fully with what is before it rather than being distracted by what might have been or could be. Stoicism also emphasizes the acceptance of nature's order. Events unfold according to a broader design, and resistance to this natural flow only leads to unnecessary distress. When we align ourselves with reality and accept things as they are, we cultivate inner peace. This acceptance is not passive resignation, but an active choice to focus on what can be done rather than lamenting what cannot. To develop calm composure, regular reflection is invaluable. At the end of each day, reviewing moments of emotional turmoil through the lens of Stoic principles helps refine our responses. Simple practices like pausing to breathe before reacting emotionally or revisiting Stoic texts for guidance reinforce these habits over time. Calm composure, as envisioned by the Stoics, is not just about maintaining tranquility, but about embodying wisdom and virtue in the face of life's inevitable challenges. It brings clarity of thought, resilience in adversity, stronger relationships, and most importantly, a sense of profound inner peace. Through this practice, we live not only in harmony with ourselves, but also with the world around us. Number 2, listen more than you speak. Listening more than speaking is a practice deeply aligned with Stoic philosophy, which values wisdom, self-control, and understanding. For the Stoics, listening is not merely the absence of speaking. It is an active pursuit of knowledge, empathy, and connection to the world around us. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes rationality and the cultivation of wisdom. To become wise, one must first learn, and learning requires careful listening. As Epictetus teaches, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This metaphor reflects the Stoic understanding that true growth and insight come not from expressing our own opinions, but from attentively engaging with the ideas and experiences of others. Listening allows us to see the world from perspectives beyond our own, enriching our understanding and tempering our judgments. The practice of listening also reflects the Stoic principle of humility. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminds himself to remain aware of his limitations and to seek knowledge from all sources, regardless of status or authority. By listening more than speaking, we acknowledge that we do not have all the answers, and that there is much to be gained from the wisdom of others. This humility not only improves our understanding but fosters stronger relationships built on mutual respect. Silence for the Stoic is not an absence of engagement but a deliberate act of self-control. Speaking impulsively or excessively often stems from vanity, anger, or a need for validation, all of which the Stoics view as obstacles to inner tranquility. Seneca warns against letting emotions drive our words, noting that unmeasured speech can lead to regret and harm. By choosing to listen, we exercise the virtue of temperance, ensuring that our words, when spoken, are thoughtful and purposeful. Listening deeply also enhances our ability to practice empathy and compassion. Stoicism teaches that we are all interconnected, sharing a common human nature. By truly hearing others, we acknowledge their experiences and emotions, strengthening bonds and fostering understanding. This practice aligns with the Stoic commitment to live in harmony with others and to contribute to the greater good. The act of listening also aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control. While we cannot control how others perceive or respond to us, we can control how attentively we engage with them. Active listening is a choice, one that reflects our commitment to virtue and rational interaction. To cultivate the habit of listening more than speaking, the Stoics might suggest daily reflection. At the end of each day, consider moments where you could have listened more or spoken less. Analyze whether your words added value to the conversation, or if silence would have been a better choice. This reflection helps to refine your ability to discern when speaking is necessary and when it is not. Additionally, pause before responding in conversations. This brief moment of silence not only allows you to process what was said, but also demonstrates respect and attentiveness. When you do speak, aim to ensure that your words are truthful, necessary, and kind. Principles that align with the Stoic emphasis on virtuous action. In practicing the art of listening, we embody the essence of Stoicism. We become learners, attuned to the wisdom and needs of others, and cultivate inner peace by freeing ourselves from the compulsion to dominate conversations. Through listening, we grow in understanding, strengthen our relationships, and align ourselves more fully with the Stoic ideals of wisdom, humility, and harmony. Number 3, maintain strong eye contact. Maintaining strong eye contact can be viewed through a Stoic lens as an expression of presence, integrity, and respect. While Stoicism does not specifically address eye contact, its principles provide a foundation for understanding why and how maintaining steady, composed, and respectful eye contact aligns with a virtuous and rational life. Underscore 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 underscore. Stoicism emphasizes living in harmony with others and cultivating virtues that foster strong interpersonal relationships. One of these virtues is respect, which is essential in every interaction. Making eye contact demonstrates attentiveness and acknowledgement of another person's presence, showing that you are fully engaged in the moment. This act aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on the present and treating others with dignity. For the Stoics, self-confidence and inner strength are crucial virtues. Eye contact is a physical manifestation of these traits. When you look someone in the eyes with calm composure, it communicates self-assuredness and authenticity. Marcus Aurelius often advised facing life's challenges without fear, and eye contact in social interactions can reflect this same courage and openness. It shows that you are not retreating into avoidance or discomfort, but are instead engaging directly and honestly. The Stoic principle of emotional regulation also comes into play. Maintaining steady eye contact requires control over nervousness, insecurity, or distraction, emotions and tendencies that Stoics seek to master. By focusing on the act of holding someone's gaze, you practice self-discipline and emotional steadiness, qualities that Stoics value highly. Furthermore, strong eye contact can be seen as an exercise in presence and mindfulness. Stoicism teaches that we should give our full attention to the task or interaction at hand, rather than being mentally scattered. Looking someone in the eyes reflects that commitment to being fully present, free from the distractions of wandering thoughts or external concerns. However, Stoicism also cautions against excess and imbalance. Eye contact should be steady but not overpowering. Overly intense or prolonged eye contact may come across as aggressive or discomforting, contradicting the Stoic aim of maintaining harmony and good relations. The Stoic virtue of temperance guides us to strike a balance, eye contact that conveys attentiveness without dominance, respect without intimidation. From a Stoic perspective, maintaining strong eye contact can also serve as a reminder of our shared humanity. The Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of all people, emphasizing the importance of empathy and understanding. When we meet someone's gaze, we acknowledge their individuality and humanity, reinforcing our connection to the larger community. To practice this skill in a Stoic way, approach it as an exercise in virtue. When engaging with others, focus on maintaining calm and composed eye contact, ensuring that your gaze is neither evasive nor confrontational. Reflect afterward on how this affected the interaction. Did it help you remain present? Did it foster mutual understanding? Did it align with your values of respect, honesty, and connection? Through strong eye contact, we can embody Stoic principles in our daily lives. It becomes a tool for practicing courage, self-discipline, mindfulness, and empathy, virtues that strengthen not only our relationships with others, but also our alignment with the rational and harmonious life that Stoicism advocates. Number 4, exude confidence through body language. Exuding confidence through body language is a practice that resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy, as it reflects inner strength, self-mastery, and alignment with virtue. For the Stoics, confidence is not about projecting dominance or arrogance, but about embodying a calm and composed demeanor that arises from understanding what is within your control and acting in harmony with reason. True confidence, according to Stoicism, is rooted in presence and self-awareness. When your mind is fully engaged in the present moment, unburdened by distractions or anxieties, this state naturally manifests in your physical posture and gestures. Standing upright, moving deliberately, and maintaining steady eye contact are reflections of a mind focused on what matters, undisturbed by unnecessary worries. Such composure not only conveys self-assurance but also demonstrates attentiveness and respect for others, aligning with the Stoic virtue of justice. Self-control is central to the Stoic way of life, and this principle extends to body language. Fidgeting, slouching, or making impulsive gestures often reveals a restless or unsettled mind. In contrast, a calm and measured posture indicates mastery over one's impulses and emotions, signaling inner stability. The Stoics believed that regulating outward expressions is a natural extension of cultivating inner tranquility. By practicing deliberate, steady movements, you can project an air of confidence rooted in discipline. Stoicism also emphasizes openness and integrity in our interactions. Open body language, such as facing others directly, keeping your arms relaxed, and maintaining an inviting posture, reflects honesty and a willingness to engage meaningfully. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief in treating others with respect and fairness. By presenting yourself as approachable and sincere, you strengthen the bonds of mutual trust and understanding, essential components of living in harmony with others. In moments of challenge or adversity, confident body language becomes a visible demonstration of Stoic resilience and courage. Holding your head high, standing tall, and maintaining a steady gaze communicate that you are unshaken by external pressures. For the Stoics, this calm and composed demeanor serves as a reminder that challenges are opportunities to practice virtue, and that your strength lies in your ability to remain steadfast in the face of difficulty. At the same time, Stoicism values humility, reminding us that confidence must be balanced and tempered. Overconfidence or arrogance can disrupt harmony and lead to discord, whereas genuine confidence is quiet, measured, and grounded in virtue. A calm smile, relaxed posture, and gentle yet firm tone of voice embody this balance, allowing you to convey self-assurance without appearing domineering. Practicing confident body language in alignment with Stoicism involves daily reflection and mindful awareness. By reviewing your interactions at the end of the day, you can assess whether your posture and gestures reflected your inner tranquility and aligned with your values. Controlled breathing exercises can also help anchor you in the present, steadying both your mind and your physical presence. Before engaging in important interactions, visualizing yourself as embodying Stoic virtues such as courage, justice, and temperance can guide your demeanor, shaping it into an authentic expression of confidence. When your body language reflects Stoic principles, it not only enhances your own sense of inner peace, but also fosters trust and respect in others. Through calm and composed movements, you communicate strength and stability while remaining approachable and empathetic. Confidence becomes not a facade, but a genuine reflection of your commitment to rationality, virtue, and harmonious living, benefiting both yourself and those around you. Number 5. Embrace minimalism in appearance. Embracing minimalism in appearance aligns closely with Stoic principles, as it reflects a focus on simplicity, self-discipline, and the prioritization of inner virtue over external displays. The Stoics valued the cultivation of a virtuous character above all else, and they regarded excessive concern with material possessions or outward adornment as distractions from the pursuit of wisdom and tranquility. At its core, Stoicism teaches that true contentment comes from within, not from external possessions or appearances. This perspective encourages simplicity in all aspects of life, including how we present ourselves. Minimalism in appearance is a practical expression of the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature, which emphasizes aligning one's life with reason and necessity rather than being driven by vanity or societal expectations. By focusing on what is essential, we free ourselves from the burdens of excessive attachment to clothing, jewelry, or other adornments that have no bearing on our character. The Stoics were keenly aware of the dangers of letting external appearances influence self-worth. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to look past superficialities and focus on the substance of a person or thing. For example, he wrote, "How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life." This reminder applies to our appearance as well. Placing undue emphasis on clothing or adornments is to misunderstand what truly defines us. A Stoic would argue that our worth lies in our virtues, not in the cut of our garments or the sheen of our accessories. Minimalism in appearance also reflects the Stoic practice of temperance or moderation. By avoiding extravagance in dress or grooming, we exercise self-control and resist the pull of luxury or excess. This doesn't mean neglecting one's appearance entirely. Rather, it involves adopting a simple, neat, and practical style that serves its purpose without drawing unnecessary attention. Cleanliness and appropriateness align with the Stoic value of order, while ostentation contradicts the principle of living modestly. Another important aspect of embracing minimalism in appearance is its relationship to self-discipline and focus. When we simplify our wardrobe and grooming habits, we reduce the mental clutter associated with constant decision-making about what to wear or how to present ourselves. This frees up time and energy for more meaningful pursuits, such as cultivating virtue, engaging in thoughtful reflection, or serving others. As Epictetus observed, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This wisdom can be extended to appearance, where fewer desires lead to greater freedom. Minimalism in appearance also helps us practice detachment from external judgments. The Stoics emphasize that we should not be overly concerned with how others perceive us, as their opinions are beyond our control. By adopting a simple and unpretentious appearance, we affirm our commitment to living authentically and according to our values, rather than seeking validation through external approval. Seneca advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." In this sense, minimalism in appearance can be seen as a rejection of craving external affirmation, focusing instead on the wealth of inner character. Practically, embracing minimalism in appearance might involve curating a wardrobe with a few high-quality, versatile items that meet your needs without excess. It could also mean adopting a grooming routine that is efficient and focused on cleanliness, rather than elaborate styling. Regular reflection on why you choose certain items or styles can help ensure they align with your values and are not driven by vanity or societal pressures. By simplifying our appearance, we embody the Stoic ideals of rationality, self-discipline, and humility. This practice allows us to focus on what truly matters, the development of a virtuous character, and the pursuit of a life guided by reason and harmony. In doing so, we free ourselves from the distractions of materialism and align more closely with the Stoic path to inner peace and fulfillment. Number 6. Cultivate inner peace. Cultivating inner peace is a central goal in Stoic philosophy, reflecting the belief that true tranquility comes not from external circumstances, but from mastering one's own mind and emotions. The Stoics understood that life is full of challenges, uncertainties, and hardships, But they also believe that individuals have the power to control how they respond to these external events. By focusing on what is within our control and cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can achieve a state of calm composure and inner peace, regardless of external conditions. At the heart of Stoic practice is the distinction between what is in our control and what is not. According to Epictetus, the only things truly within our control are our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Everything else, other people's behavior, external events, outcomes, lies beyond our influence. By internalizing this distinction, we can free ourselves from the anxiety, frustration, and anger that arise when we try to control or resist what is outside our power. Instead of reacting impulsively to external events, the Stoic strives to respond with wisdom, restraint, and emotional regulation. This shift in perspective is foundational to achieving inner peace. The Stoic practice of focusing on the present moment is also key to cultivating inner peace. The Stoics taught that anxiety often arises from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. By training ourselves to focus solely on the present, we reduce the mental clutter and emotional turbulence that arise from regret or fear. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminds himself to live in the present and not be distracted by the past or future. As he wrote, "Do not waste time on what you cannot control. Live in the present moment and make the most of it." By doing so, we cultivate a steady and peaceful mind, free from the disruptions of past mistakes or future uncertainties. Another important practice for cultivating inner peace in Stoicism is the art of premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. This involves consciously imagining potential challenges or misfortunes before they happen. By visualizing difficulties in advance, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to face them with equanimity, reducing their emotional impact when they inevitably arise. This practice is not about pessimism, but about fortifying the mind against fear or disappointment, ensuring that we are not shaken by life's inevitable setbacks. Acceptance of things beyond our control is also a critical aspect of Stoic inner peace. The Stoics believed in aligning oneself with the natural order of the universe, accepting that things happen as they are meant to, according to a larger design. This acceptance does not imply passivity or resignation, but rather an active choice to focus on what can be done and to let go of what cannot. By accepting that some things are beyond our influence, we reduce the mental and emotional turmoil that comes from resistance and frustration. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The cultivation of virtues is another essential element of achieving inner peace in Stoicism. The Stoics believed that by living virtuously, acting with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, we align ourselves with our true nature as rational beings and create a foundation of inner stability. When we live in accordance with virtue, our minds become clearer and our emotions are more balanced. We stop being swayed by passions like anger, envy, or greed, and instead cultivate a calm and resilient spirit. Inner peace is not something that comes from avoiding hardship, but from facing it with virtue and rationality. A key practice in Stoicism is daily reflection. The Stoics believe that regular self-examination helps us refine our responses and align our actions with our values. By reflecting on our day, we can identify moments when we acted out of alignment with Stoic principles, when we were reactive, impatient, or overly concerned with things beyond our control. This daily review allows us to make corrections and improve our ability to maintain inner peace in future situations. Mindfulness is another practice that complements Stoic principles. Paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and reactions allows us to notice when we are becoming disturbed by external events or internal desires. Once we recognize these disruptions, we can choose to redirect our focus and restore a sense of calm. This is particularly important in managing negative emotions such as anger, fear, or anxiety, which the Stoics believed could be mitigated through conscious awareness and rational thinking. Cultivating inner peace in Stoicism is ultimately about accepting what we cannot change, focusing on what we can control, and aligning our actions with virtue. It is about training the mind to be steadfast and unshaken by external circumstances, grounded in reason and the pursuit of wisdom. Through practices like focusing on the present moment, engaging in negative visualization, accepting the natural order, and living virtuously, we can achieve a state of tranquility that remains intact regardless of the challenges we face. This inner peace is not a passive state, but an active choice to live in harmony with ourselves, others, and the world around us. Number 7. Be reliable and trustworthy. Being reliable and trustworthy is a central value in Stoic philosophy, as it reflects the Stoic commitment to virtue, integrity, and responsibility. The Stoics emphasize the importance of character and the role it plays in our interactions with others. For the Stoics, reliability and trustworthiness are not just desirable traits. They are essential aspects of living a virtuous and rational life. These qualities allow individuals to contribute positively to society, cultivate meaningful relationships, and uphold personal dignity. At the core of Stoicism is the idea of living according to nature and reason, and this includes living consistently with one's principles. Reliability stems from the Stoic virtue of justice, which involves fulfilling our duties and responsibilities toward others. Being trustworthy means aligning our actions with our words, ensuring that others can depend on us. In Stoicism, a person's actions should reflect their character, and this consistency is a mark of a trustworthy individual. Trustworthiness is also connected to the Stoic idea of prohairesis, our moral character and the will that governs our decisions. For the Stoics, true freedom comes from having control over our will, and a person who can control their will is someone who can be relied upon. If our will is in harmony with virtue, we can be trusted to act with integrity, whether or not we are under direct scrutiny. As Marcus Aurelius noted, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and this applies to trustworthiness. When our thoughts are guided by reason, we naturally become more reliable and consistent in our actions. Reliability also requires a commitment to self-discipline. To be someone others can depend on, we must exercise restraint and control over our impulses. The Stoics believe that we should not be governed by fleeting emotions or desires, which can lead to inconsistency or irresponsibility. Instead, a reliable person is one who acts deliberately and in accordance with their values, even when it requires personal sacrifice or effort. Seneca wrote, "A person is as he is, not by what he does, but by what he is willing to do." This speaks to the idea that a truly reliable person upholds their commitments regardless of external circumstances, driven by their internal principles rather than temporary emotions. Being trustworthy in Stoicism also involves maintaining clear and honest communication. The Stoics valued truthfulness and transparency in all their dealings. To be trustworthy, we must speak truthfully, not only about the world around us, but also about ourselves. We should avoid deceit, exaggeration, or withholding important information, as these behaviors erode trust and undermine our integrity. Epictetus advised, "We should not be ashamed of our mistakes, but strive to improve ourselves." In this way, honesty and accountability are essential to cultivating trustworthiness. When we acknowledge our errors and take responsibility for our actions, we show others that they can rely on us to be forthright and sincere. Furthermore, reliability in Stoicism involves fulfilling our obligations without seeking praise or recognition. The Stoics believed in performing our duties for the sake of virtue itself, not for external rewards. Being reliable and trustworthy means honoring our commitments and responsibilities, even when no one is watching. This reflects the Stoic principle of acting with integrity and without concern for the opinions of others. As Epictetus said, "If you wish to be rich, do not add to your money but subtract from your desires." This teaches that reliability is not about accumulating recognition, but about being consistent in doing what is right. To cultivate reliability and trustworthiness, we can practice several Stoic exercises. One of these is daily reflection, where we assess whether our actions have been in line with our principles and commitments. Did we follow through on our promises? Did we act with integrity? Reflecting on our behavior helps to identify areas for improvement and strengthens our commitment to being dependable. Another practice is premeditatio malorum, the contemplation of potential challenges. By anticipating obstacles, we can prepare ourselves to handle them with calm and resolve, ensuring that we remain reliable even in difficult situations. Another exercise is to practice self-discipline in small matters. By making the effort to be reliable in our daily tasks, whether it's arriving on time, completing our work, or following through on commitments, we build the foundation for greater dependability in more significant areas of our lives. This training reinforces the Stoic understanding that virtue is not developed in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent choices we make each day. To be reliable and trustworthy is to live with integrity, consistency, and accountability. It is about acting in alignment with our principles, controlling our desires and emotions, and fulfilling our obligations to others without seeking external validation. When we embody these Stoic values, we build trust with those around us, contributing to harmonious relationships and a well-ordered life. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee." In the same way, being a reliable and trustworthy individual benefits not only ourselves, but also the greater community we are part of. Through reliability, we contribute to the stability, trust, and well-being of the relationships we hold dear. Number 8. Speak with purpose. Speaking with purpose is a key aspect of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the importance of aligning our words with reason, virtue, and the greater good. The Stoics regarded speech as a powerful tool that, when used wisely, contributes to harmony and understanding, but when misused, can lead to discord and misunderstanding. To speak with purpose is to communicate intentionally, ensuring that our words are meaningful, truthful, and aligned with our values. At its core, Stoic philosophy teaches us to prioritize reason over impulse in all aspects of life, including speech. Before speaking, a Stoic would pause to reflect on whether their words are necessary, beneficial, and virtuous. Marcus Aurelius advised himself, "Let no one hear you ever again uttering something untrue, useless, or devoid of reason." This reflects the idea that our speech should serve a constructive purpose, rather than being a mere outlet for idle chatter or emotional outbursts. The Stoics believed that purposeful speech requires self-discipline and mindfulness. Epictetus counseled against speaking hastily or without thought, warning that careless words often lead to regret. Instead, he suggested that we speak only after carefully considering whether our words will promote understanding, justice, or wisdom. By exercising restraint in our communication, we avoid unnecessary conflict and create space for meaningful dialogue. Speaking with purpose also involves aligning our words with truth and integrity. Honesty is a fundamental Stoic virtue, and the Stoics believe that deception, exaggeration, or insincerity undermines not only our character but also the trust others place in us. To speak truthfully is to respect both ourselves and those we communicate with. At the same time, honesty should be tempered with kindness and discretion. Seneca reminded us that while we should always speak the truth, we must do so in a way that considers the well-being of others, ensuring that our words do not cause unnecessary harm. Another essential aspect of speaking with purpose is the Stoic emphasis on brevity and clarity. The Stoics valued clear and concise communication, believing that overly elaborate or verbose speech often obscures meaning and creates confusion. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Say only what needs to be said, in the way it needs to be said, and no more." This approach not only ensures that our words are understood, but also demonstrates respect for the listener's time and attention. Purposeful speech also involves listening attentively and engaging in dialogue with an open mind. For the Stoics, communication was not a one-sided act, but a mutual exchange aimed at discovering truth and fostering understanding. When we listen before we speak, we demonstrate humility and a willingness to learn, both of which are essential Stoic virtues. This approach ensures that our responses are thoughtful and relevant, rather than reactive or self-centered. The Stoics recognize that speaking with purpose also means being silent when necessary. Silence can be a powerful form of communication, conveying respect, reflection, or restraint. Epictetus advised, "Be silent unless your speech is better than silence." In moments of uncertainty, anger, or emotional distress, choosing silence allows us to regain composure and ensures that our words are measured and purposeful when we do speak. In practical terms, cultivating purposeful speech involves several Stoic exercises. One is the practice of daily reflection, where we review our conversations to assess whether our words aligned with our values. Did we speak truthfully, kindly, and with intention? Were our words necessary and constructive? This self-examination helps us refine our communication habits over time. Another practice is pausing before speaking, taking a moment to consider whether our words will contribute to the greater good or merely serve fleeting emotions. By speaking with purpose, we embody the Stoic ideals of wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. Our words become tools for building trust, promoting understanding, and fostering harmony in our relationships and communities. When guided by Stoic principles, our communication reflects not only our commitment to reason and virtue, but also our respect for the dignity and well-being of others. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Speaking with purpose is one of the most direct ways to live out this philosophy, using our words to reflect the best within us and to contribute positively to the world around us. Number 9. Be comfortable with silence. Being comfortable with silence is a profound Stoic practice that reflects the philosophy's emphasis on self-control, inner tranquility, and the power of intentional restraint. The Stoics understood that silence is not merely the absence of speech, but a deliberate choice that creates space for reflection, wisdom, and emotional balance. By cultivating comfort with silence, we free ourselves from the need to fill every moment with noise, chatter, or distractions, and we deepen our connection to reason and virtue. The Stoics viewed silence as a tool for mastering impulsive reactions and fostering clarity of thought. In moments of tension or uncertainty, silence allows us to pause and reflect before responding. Epictetus emphasized the importance of self-restraint in speech, advising that we should not speak hastily or impulsively, but consider whether our words are necessary and aligned with virtue. By choosing silence over reaction, we maintain our composure and ensure that our actions are guided by reason rather than emotion. Silence is also a gateway to self-awareness, which is central to Stoic practice. When we embrace silence, we create space to observe our thoughts, emotions, and judgments without external distractions. This introspection helps us identify areas where we are influenced by irrational fears, desires, or assumptions. Marcus Aurelius frequently reflected on the value of withdrawing into oneself to find peace, writing, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Through silence, we cultivate this inner retreat and strengthen our connection to the rational self. Being comfortable with silence also reflects the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control. The need to fill silence with speech often stems from discomfort, insecurity, or the fear of others' perceptions. The Stoics taught that such concerns are external and therefore beyond our control. By embracing silence, we demonstrate confidence and self-mastery, showing that we are not swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. This detachment fosters a sense of freedom and authenticity in our interactions. In relationships and conversations, silence is a powerful tool for listening and understanding. The Stoics valued active listening as a way to engage with others meaningfully and to learn from their perspectives. When we are comfortable with silence, we allow others the space to speak and express themselves fully. This practice reflects the Stoic virtues of justice and humility, as it prioritizes the dignity and thoughts of others over our need to dominate the conversation. Seneca wrote, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen more and talk less," underscoring the importance of silence as a foundation for meaningful dialogue. Silence also plays a vital role in emotional regulation, a core Stoic practice. In moments of anger, frustration, or fear, remaining silent allows us to regain control over our emotions and prevent rash or harmful reactions. Epictetus advised that we should keep silent for the most part, or say only what is necessary and in few words. By choosing silence in emotionally charged situations, we avoid escalating conflicts and instead approach challenges with reason and patience. Practically, cultivating comfort with silence involves developing habits of mindfulness and reflection. One exercise is to intentionally practice periods of silence throughout the day, using this time to observe your thoughts or simply appreciate the quiet. Another is to pause before speaking in conversations, giving yourself a moment to consider whether your words are necessary and constructive. Over time, these practices help reduce the discomfort often associated with silence and reinforce its value as a tool for personal growth. Stoicism also encourages embracing solitude as a form of silence. Solitude offers an opportunity to step away from the noise of daily life and reconnect with oneself. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the value of withdrawing into the self, not to escape the world, but to return to it with renewed clarity and purpose. Solitude provides the silence needed to engage in deep reflection, align with one's values, and cultivate inner peace. Being comfortable with silence is ultimately about mastering the art of presence and restraint. It reflects the Stoic commitment to self-discipline, rationality, and emotional balance. By embracing silence, we create space for wisdom, deepen our understanding of ourselves and others, and strengthen our connection to the principles of virtue. As we learn to value and cultivate silence, we move closer to the Stoic ideal of a life guided by reason, tranquility, and harmony. Number 10. Radiate positivity and gratitude. Radiating positivity and gratitude aligns deeply with Stoic principles, as it embodies the virtues of wisdom, justice, and temperance while fostering harmony within oneself and with others. The Stoics believed that our perception of the world shapes our experience of it, And by cultivating a positive outlook and practicing gratitude, we can create a life of contentment and resilience regardless of external circumstances. Positivity in Stoicism is rooted in the practice of focusing on what is within our control and accepting what lies beyond it. Epictetus emphasized that events themselves are neutral. It is our judgments about them that cause distress or satisfaction. By choosing to view challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as lessons in resilience, we can maintain a constructive and optimistic perspective. Positivity does not mean ignoring difficulties, but reframing them in a way that supports our inner strength and rationality. Gratitude, a central Stoic practice, arises from recognizing the abundance and opportunities already present in our lives. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the importance of appreciating the present moment and the interconnectedness of all things. In his meditations, he reflected on the blessings of life, no matter how small, and encouraged others to cultivate a sense of thankfulness. This practice helps shift focus away from what is lacking and toward what is sufficient, fostering contentment and reducing unnecessary desires. Radiating positivity involves actively choosing words and actions that uplift and inspire others. The Stoics believed that we have a duty to contribute positively to society and the well-being of those around us. Positivity is a reflection of the Stoic virtue of justice, which calls for treating others with fairness, kindness, and respect. By embodying optimism and gratitude, we set an example that encourages others to adopt a similar mindset, creating a ripple effect of goodwill and resilience. Practicing gratitude also involves recognizing the contributions of others and expressing appreciation. The Stoics valued the interconnectedness of human life and understood that much of what we enjoy comes from the efforts and sacrifices of others. By acknowledging these contributions, we honor the principle of justice and strengthen our relationships. Seneca advised, "We should give as we would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation," highlighting the reciprocal nature of gratitude. Radiating positivity does not mean denying or suppressing negative emotions. Instead, it involves recognizing those emotions, understanding their origins, and choosing how to respond to them constructively. The Stoics taught that emotions are the result of our judgments, and by reevaluating those judgments, we can cultivate a more balanced and positive state of mind. This process requires self-awareness and the practice of mindfulness, which helps us remain present and centered even in challenging situations. To cultivate positivity and gratitude, the Stoics recommended daily reflection and exercises such as premeditatio, malorum, anticipation of potential challenges, and journaling. Reflecting on the day's events and identifying moments of gratitude fosters a deeper appreciation for life's blessings and reinforces a positive mindset. Similarly, imagining life without certain comforts or relationships can heighten our appreciation for them, making us less likely to take them for granted. Another Stoic practice that supports radiating positivity is the recognition of life's impermanence. By contemplating the fleeting nature of existence, we develop a sense of urgency to cherish the present and approach each moment with appreciation. This perspective encourages us to focus on the good in our lives and share that positivity with others, knowing that every interaction is an opportunity to leave a meaningful impact. In Stoicism, positivity and gratitude are not passive feelings but active choices that reflect our commitment to living virtuously. By focusing on the good in ourselves, others, and the world, we align with the Stoic ideal of living harmoniously within the natural order. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars and see yourself running with them." This mindset reminds us to find joy in the present, appreciate the interconnectedness of all things, and radiate positivity and gratitude as an expression of our inner strength and virtue. Number 11, show kindness without seeking attention. Showing kindness without seeking attention is a key expression of Stoic virtue, embodying justice, humility, and self-discipline. For the Stoics, kindness was not a performative act but an intrinsic part of living a virtuous life, rooted in the understanding of our shared humanity and interconnectedness. True kindness arises from the recognition that we are all parts of a greater whole, and by benefiting others, we contribute to the harmony and well-being of the world. The Stoics believed that kindness should be practiced for its own sake, not for praise, recognition, or external reward. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not act as if you are going to live 10,000 years. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This reflects the idea that kindness is an intrinsic good, independent of how it is perceived by others. To seek attention or admiration for acts of kindness is to dilute their purity, making them self-serving rather than virtuous. Humility is an essential component of Stoic kindness. The Stoics understood that true virtue does not seek validation. As Seneca wrote, "A good deed is its own reward." When we act kindly without expecting recognition, we align ourselves with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control, our intentions and actions, while letting go of concerns about how others perceive us. This detachment from external approval ensures that our kindness remains genuine and free from ulterior motives. Kindness, in Stoicism, is also a form of justice, the virtue that governs our relationships with others. Justice involves treating others fairly, with respect and compassion, regardless of their status or our expectations of reciprocity. For the Stoics, every person possesses inherent worth as a rational being, and showing kindness affirms this shared dignity. Epictetus emphasized the importance of acting justly toward others, noting that no man is an island, and our actions ripple through the social fabric, affecting the collective well-being. Practicing kindness without seeking attention requires self-awareness and intentionality. The Stoics taught that we should examine our motives before acting, ensuring that our deeds stem from a genuine desire to help, rather than a need for validation. By reflecting on the nature of our actions, we can purify our intentions and focus on the intrinsic value of kindness. Another Stoic practice that supports this approach is modesty in our actions. Marcus Aurelius advised, "When you have done good and another has benefited, why do you still look as fools do, for a third thing besides, credit for the good deed or a return?" Instead of drawing attention to our kindness, we should aim to let our actions speak quietly for themselves. This modesty not only preserves the integrity of our kindness, but also ensures that the focus remains on the recipient's benefit rather than our ego. Kindness without seeking attention also cultivates inner tranquility. When we act purely out of virtue, we free ourselves from the anxiety of seeking approval or fearing rejection. This aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving a state of ataraxia, or inner peace, by detaching from external outcomes. By focusing solely on the act of giving, we experience the joy of kindness itself, untainted by the need for recognition. Stoicism also encourages us to see acts of kindness as opportunities to practice gratitude. When we help others, we should feel grateful for the chance to contribute to the greater good and strengthen our character. This perspective shifts the focus away from seeking acknowledgement and toward appreciating the interconnectedness of all people and events. In practical terms, showing kindness without seeking attention can take many forms: offering help anonymously, listening empathetically without interrupting or seeking to assert ourselves, or giving generously without expecting anything in return. Each act, however small, contributes to a life of virtue and reflects our commitment to the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with nature and reason. Ultimately, showing kindness without seeking attention is a reflection of the Stoic understanding that virtue is its own reward. By acting with integrity, humility, and selflessness, we embody the Stoic commitment to justice and contribute to a world that is more compassionate and harmonious. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." In practicing unassuming kindness, we align with the greater whole, fulfilling our role as rational and social beings in the interconnected web of life. Number 12. Pursue self-mastery. Pursuing self-mastery is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, embodying the discipline and commitment needed to live a virtuous and meaningful life. The Stoics believe that true freedom comes not from external possessions or circumstances, but from mastery over one's thoughts, emotions, and actions. By cultivating self-mastery, we align ourselves with reason, develop inner resilience, and strive to live in accordance with nature and virtue. Self-mastery begins with the recognition that we are responsible for how we respond to life's challenges. According to Epictetus, it is not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about those events. This teaching highlights that our perception and interpretation of external events determine our emotional state. Pursuing self-mastery involves learning to control these judgments, replacing irrational or impulsive reactions with reasoned and intentional responses. Central to self-mastery is the practice of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics taught that our thoughts, decisions, and actions are within our control, while external events, other people's opinions, and outcomes are not. By focusing our energy on what we can influence and accepting what lies beyond our power, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. Marcus Aurelius reinforced this idea, writing, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional regulation is another essential aspect of self-mastery. The Stoics understood that emotions such as anger, fear, or envy arise from irrational judgments or misplaced desires. To achieve self-mastery, we must examine the root causes of our emotions and align them with reason. This does not mean suppressing emotions, but transforming them into constructive energy. For example, anger can be channeled into a commitment to justice, and fear can be reframed as a reminder to act with caution and courage. Self-mastery also involves cultivating habits that align with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These habits include practicing mindfulness, engaging in daily reflection, and committing to continuous self-improvement. By consistently examining our actions and intentions, we build the discipline needed to stay on the path of virtue. Seneca wrote, "Every day we must scrutinize our character, correct flaws, and strive for improvement." The pursuit of self-mastery is deeply tied to the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with nature. For the Stoics, this means living in accordance with reason and fulfilling our role as rational and social beings. Self-mastery allows us to act in ways that benefit not only ourselves, but also the greater community. When we master our impulses and align our actions with virtue, we contribute to the collective good, reflecting the interconnectedness of all things. A practical approach to self-mastery involves setting clear intentions and practicing self-discipline. The Stoics encouraged intentional living, where every action is guided by reason and purpose. This requires vigilance and perseverance, as distractions, temptations, and external pressures are constant. However, each moment presents an opportunity to exercise self-control and affirm our commitment to virtue. Another key element is the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of adversity. By anticipating challenges and visualizing how we will respond to them virtuously, we prepare ourselves to remain composed and rational in the face of difficulty. This mental rehearsal strengthens our resilience and ensures that we are guided by principles rather than impulses. Self-mastery is not about perfection but progress. The Stoics acknowledge that we are human and will inevitably falter. What matters is our commitment to growth and our willingness to learn from mistakes. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "If you stumble, make amends quickly and move on with the discipline you intended to maintain." Ultimately, pursuing self-mastery is a lifelong journey that requires patience, effort, and humility. It is about becoming the best version of ourselves, not for recognition or external reward, but because it is the right thing to do. In achieving self-mastery, we gain inner peace, clarity, and strength, enabling us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and purpose. As Epictetus wisely observed, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Self-mastery is the path to true freedom and the foundation of a life well lived. Thank you for watching. If you found these 12 Stoic habits for being silently attractive helpful, don't forget to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, true attractiveness comes from within, and practicing these habits can make a lasting impact on your life and relationships. If you're on a journey of self-improvement and embracing Stoicism, make sure to subscribe to Virtual Stoic for more insights, tips, and inspiration. Hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Stay grounded, stay mindful, and keep growing. See you in the next video.